Hi, I'm Brenda Workman. Welcome to my kitchen. I appreciate you stopping by. Today we're going to be making a plant-based Sloppy Joe along with coleslaw to go with it. It's going to be delicious. I've made it before and I love it. So as I get ready to chop up my vegetables and get them ready, we'll start with the Sloppy Joe, cooking it and getting it ready. Before we go any further, do you mind liking and subscribing to my channel? That would be very helpful to me and I would really appreciate it. So let's get started with the Sloppy Joe. To this Sloppy Joe mixture, I'm going to start with 1.5 cups of diced onions. And you could use any onions of your choice. I happen to be using sweet onions. And I'm going to start sauteing them on medium heat. And I'm going to also add 1.5 cups of diced red peppers. Just like sweet peppers. And when I'm sauteing, I do not add oil to the pan. I add a little veggie broth to keep it from sticking if necessary. If I don't have veggie broth, I'll use a little water, but I don't use oil. I don't find it necessary. I'm going to add to this mixture, after my peppers and onions soften up a bit, I'm going to add 1 cup of ketchup. And you may want to purchase organic ketchup. Whatever you do, just make sure that it doesn't, try to choose the one that has the least amount of ingredients in it. And if you make your own, you get double points. That's awesome. I'm going to add some spices, and my spices are 3/4 tablespoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So 3/4 tablespoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, and I also added some brown sugar, 3 tablespoons, and I'm adding 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar to this. So by this time you'll start smelling it and it smells wonderful. Now this is Veggie Crumbles, and I'm using a brand that has the least amount of ingredients that I can find. If you don't want to use Veggie Crumbles, you could use about 1.5 cups of red lentils in this recipe. This particular bag had 4 cups, and that was exactly what I needed for this recipe. So I'll mix this up and let it simmer for a while. And I am telling you, it smells delicious while it's cooking. Okay, so I have the Sloppy Joe mixture all mixed up and warm, and so I'm going to leave that there while I work on our slaw. So the ingredients for the slaw, and I'm guessing a little bit because I have a tendency to do that. I just bought green cabbage coleslaw mixture, and I'm going to do 2 cups. This is mostly green cabbage. It has a little bit of carrots in there, but not much. So about 2 cups of the green cabbage. You could slice up your own green if you want to. 2 cups of sliced thinly red cabbage. And so I did slice up my own of that. And I'm guessing about 1 cup of that. We've got some good color going on now. And then about 1 cup of carrots. So I have some shredded carrots that I bought at the grocery store, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of those. And then I'm adding 1 cup of red onions that's finely sliced. So again, I'm kind of guessing. I have it sliced up here. I don't want to get too much because I don't want the onions to overpower the slaw. And I could have cut this up a little more finely, but it's going to be okay. That onion's going to taste good on the Sloppy Joes. So about 1 cup of that, kind of to your taste, how you like onions. And then 1 cup of chopped up cilantro, if you like cilantro. Some people do not like cilantro, but if you do, 1 cup of that. And then my dressing, so I've got the green cabbage, red onion, carrots, and the cilantro. My dressing is 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed, a tablespoon of agave to give it the sweetness. I'm gonna go ahead and add those 2 things together. And then the juice of 1 lime. So I'm going to add that to the dressing as well. And then I'll mix it up and add it to my slaw. This is a pretty juicy one. Some of them you just never know. Limes or lemons, sometimes they're really, really juicy and sometimes they're not. But I'm going to go ahead and add that mixture together. I could also add salt and pepper to taste, which I'll do once I get my dressing on. That looks so pretty, so colorful and pretty and fresh. I love food that tastes fresh, super fresh. If I had chopped up my own green cabbage, it would have been even fresher, and my carrots. But I cheated a little bit by buying them already shredded. Alrighty then, got this slaw ready. So this is how I would serve this. I sort of like mustard on my Sloppy Joes. So I'm gonna start, if I know how to get a mustard container open, with a little bit of mustard. And I'm using whole wheat buns, 100% whole wheat. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my Sloppy Joe on top. I'll kind of show you how that looks. You can see the red peppers in there and the onions in there and all that flavor. And then I'm gonna add my slaw on top of that. And again, the slaw has those red onions in it, so that's gonna really be a nice combination. So I have my delicious Sloppy Joe, and as always, you know, I have to taste these things for you guys just to be sure they're okay. Absolutely. Man, 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 man. That is so good. This Sloppy Joe, as you remember, has a little bit of brown sugar in it. I can taste that. I can taste the balsamic vinegar that's in there. So good, so good. So you're gonna have to try this. Sometimes when I have a lot left over, I might eat it tomorrow with no bun. I might put a great big bowl of slaw, and then I might put my hot Sloppy Joe mixture on top, and that might be a meal. So you don't always have to use a bun unless you want to, but it certainly is delicious that way. So really, actually quick recipe, especially if you already have some things chopped, to throw together a slaw and throw together your Sloppy Joe, put them together for a delicious meal. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time.